Hey peeps, I'm here with another edition of my top 5 currently, and this time it's just going to be 5 fragrances. Yeah, I'm moving stuff around right now. It's going to be 5 fragrances that I would tell my younger self about if he was around today. So we're just going with, my college age self if I needed fragrances today. So right off the rip, you already know there's not going to be a lot of expensive fragrances in here because I was a college student. I'm not going to have a lot of money.
I'm broke, nigga, I'm broke!
First 2 are actually just honorable mentions, and one of them is expensive, which is why it dropped out of the top 5. It didn't have anything to do with the scent itself. Is Parfums de Marly Percival, which reminds me of just walking through the mall and smelling those fragrances at like Abercrombie and Fitch and Hugo Boss and all that. And then also you have Parfums Vintage Imbue, which reminds me of one of my favorite fragrances of all time, Gucci Pour Homme 2, mainly because it has some of my favorite notes in it. You had tea, you have tobacco, it's balanced sweetness, there's usually a little bit of spice like cinnamon, I believe, and then you also have violet leaf just to give it a little bit of an airy quality. And this fragrance right here is trying to get as close as possible to Gucci Pour Homme 2. I think it gets very close, like above 90%, and this was the only way I'd be able to get this scent profile in its base level or its base composition, so I had to do it. But excellent scent. If you haven't tried out anything from Parfums Vintage, I would highly recommend it. But enough of that, let's go and get into the top 5. Again, no particular order on this top 5. I'll just tell you like how I would use it and what I think of it really. So first one is going to be Scandal from JPG. This is the Absolute version, and I like this scent because it would be something that would be easy for my younger self to wear, especially in cooler weather scenarios and as an everyday scent. This would garner myself a ton of compliments, and it's not something that you find readily everywhere. I would say that even if you do, most people ignore it, and I don't know why. It's an amazing scent. The Maribel plum gives it versatility. Of course, it has that chestnut in there as well too. Very sweet, but not headache inducing, and can even be dressed up as well too. But this would be my everyday cool weather scent that I would tell myself about. As far as the everyday warm weather scent, I would say, well, maybe not every day. I would definitely wear this on my spring break, my summer breaks, and then of course during just the general summertime. But it is JPG's Paradise Garden. And of course it has fig in it, so I was going to love it. But the coconut in here is amazing. I usually don't like coconut because it has this sunscreeny feel to it, but this doesn't really get to that point. The coconut is more meaty, and again, that fig in there is playing a nice role by not becoming too powdery. It's more green and fruity. Excellent scent. This one is hyped pretty heavily, so I don't need to tell you guys about it. Just know that it is an amazing scent. Next one up is going to be one I would just wear as my dumb reach. So, running late, getting out of the shower late, maybe waking up late, you missed your alarm or whatever. This would be the one that would be right beside my front door, and you'd be looking at Ralph Lauren Polo 67. And this is an excellent scent. I mean, it's very straightforward. You get some pineapple here, it's somewhat tart, and then you get also some woodiness. There's a bit of muskiness in here too. It's just one of those very easy to reach for fragrances. I mean, if you thought that Bleu de Chanel or YSL were easy reach fragrances, this is in that type of vein where it's just very easy. It may not be something you would dress up too far, but casual use all day, every day. Next up is going to be from the house of Afnan, and that is Supremacy Collector's Edition. And this one, for pretty obvious reasons, if you can't afford the King, then this may be something that's a good happy medium. This is not a dupe of the original Creed. I would say it leans more toward Creed Absolute, and it doesn't really smell like that fragrance either. You can tell that they are using a very similar scent DNA, but I would say that this is one on its own. Really, it does have that pineapple in there. The white florals are done exceedingly well for a fragrance at this price point, and it does have that woodiness, but it's not trying to go super smoky on the woodiness. It's also not going like very earthy with the woodiness. So again, this is, I would say, maybe inspired by that scent DNA, but this is one all to itself. It also has an amazing, I don't know if y'all hear that. That was a very loud motor going by right there, a very loud car. Maybe that was probably a bike. Anyway, great scent, lasts forever, projects very well. This is something you can wear to events. This is something you could wear it every day. But this would be my backup basically to Polo 67, or maybe the next half step up from Polo 67. Last but not least, Tobacco 01 from Swiss Arabian. This is my date night scent. I'm wearing this on date night. I'm wearing this out to to the club. I'm wearing this to parties, mainly because depending on how many sprays you put on yourself of this, it does continue to get larger and larger with a scent bubble, and it lasts forever. I mean, on my skin, this lasts about 9 hours, and on my clothes, it lasts until I wash those clothes. So an amazing scent. And tobacco is in here, vanilla, of course. This has a very similar, I guess, scent DNA to something like, let's say, Drunk Lovers from Born to Stand Out, or even like, let's say, Narcotic Delight or Side Effect from Initio. While it doesn't smell like any of those, it has similarities to that make this such an easy reach for compliments, and again, for date night or for parties. But that's all 5 of the fragrances for this this continued series of my top 5 currently. If you have any ideas of what I probably should have told my younger self to pick up, put them down in the comments, and you already know what to do.